You just got off of school, summer started, the sun is bright, and you have no idea what to do. Well, that's where I come in, because I have a list of at least 20 different things to do this summer. So, summer breaks just started, we're relaxing, we're sleeping late, we're waking up late. We're enjoying our free time away from school, away from exams, away from drama for some people. A lot of the times, I personally am in kind of like a slump and I have no idea what to do for the summer, so these kinds of videos always help me. So hopefully I can help you. Number one, go to the beach. Now, this is very cliche, obviously, because who won't go to the beach during summer? But honestly, it's such a cliche activity because it's such a good activity. Going to the beach is fun. You get to play in the sand, you get to tan, you get to go to the beach, you get to go in the water, you get to swim, you can build sand castles, you can collect seashells, you can even try and fish if they let you. Some beaches let you if they have docks. Like, I'm pretty sure Galveston Beach, they have like a dock where you can buy like fishing stuff. So I'm pretty sure you can there, but I don't know for sure. But even if you're not going to like a beach in Texas, because that's where I live, and you're just going to a beach anywhere, it's super fun to just go to the beach. Number two, hang out with your friends. This is the year that you actually have to make sure your plans leave the group chat. I know we're always talking about different things we're going to do, but then we end up not hanging out with any of our friends. This summer, we're actually going to hang out with our friends because hanging out with your friends is fun. Being with people naturally just makes us as humans feel better. So it's always just a good go-to activity to do. Number three, go for a picnic. Picnics are super fun. They're super chill. You can go to a park and just walk and then bring a blanket, a book, and just sit down and read, and even have like a little lunch with some sandwiches and some tiny little cupcakes and sweet treats and things like that. I personally haven't gone on a picnic yet, but it's one of my goals for this summer because the idea just sounds so nice. Just like sitting down with the breeze and then eating food and reading a book just with yourself or even with friends or family, It's just a super fun activity. Next thing, walk to the park. Now, I don't know how close the park is to your house personally, but where I live, my house is like 10 minutes away from the park. So just walking to the park and just walking in general is so good for our health, like not just physically but also mentally. Our mental health thrives on being outside and getting that exercise. So walking is great, and then walking to the park. Once you get to the park, it's like fun because we have like a playground, we have tennis courts at our park, so it's just like fun activities you can do with like friends and stuff, or even by yourself when you're at the park. So walking is kind of like worth it. Number five, read a book. I know books are boring, whatever you say. I personally love books. Like, books are my life. I love books so much, and I've been looking right at you guys for the entire segment of the video, so I'm gonna look at myself now. Books are just really great. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't read. Like, people, they love to say that's like, oh, it's cliche, it's like, ew, nerdy books, but like, books are literally so fun to read and indulge in. If you find like a really good book, you can find yourself reading it for hours upon hours, like, and not only is it like fun if you find a good story, but just the benefits of reading in general. Like, I'm gonna get a little teacher-ish on you guys, but like, having good literacy is more of a flex than people think it is in this day and age. Why are we in high school and our reading level is lower than a fifth grader's? I don't know, but we need to fix that. And reading a book this summer, you have the free time, so why not just do it? It doesn't have to be like a history textbook or anything. Just pick a fun like rom-com book, like I don't really have some good book recommendations right now, but I've seen like The Summer I Turned Pretty is a really good one. For me personally, Tell Me Through Things, I love it. I'm currently reading Fourth Wing right now, or the sequel to Fourth Wing, so Iron Flame is a sequel, so I'm currently reading that. But you can also just read like a philosophical book if you want to, like a self-improvement book, because summer era, summer arc, trying to get better before the next school year. You could read some self-improvement books, like 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. Books like that kind of help really well. I'm sorry, There's a bug in my room and I'm just like staring at it. So we had a bit of a lighting change. Number 6, drive to a new place. Driving to a new place and exploring like little sites, finding little hidden gems in your area or just in different areas is so fun. And that way you're building kind of like landmarks for yourself. And you're like, when you go to that place, you're going to know, oh, hey, I know a spot here. Or, hey, I remember when I did that over the summer and I found a place there that we can go to, you know? It kind of like builds your geographical knowledge when it comes to like places. Number 7, go to the mall. Again, another cliche one, and that might just be the shopaholic in me that is really yearning for going to the mall, but I don't really care. I love the mall. You can go there with your friends. You can go there with your family. I love going with my mom. Like, me and my mom, when we go to the mall, it's like best thing ever. Me and my mom and my brother, obviously. But yeah, it's fun. You can go to the food court. Number 8, try a new restaurant. Now, this also might be the big back in me because I love food. And trying new restaurants is always fun because you get to try more food. And you never know what you're going to like, you know? 9, learn a language. Now, I'm going to say this for the 3rd time. This might be the academic weapon in me, but I don't really care. Learning a language is not only interesting in my opinion, but it is also beneficial for you because it's not like you're making up a fake language that you won't ever be able to use anywhere. Like for me this summer, my goal is to learn French because I forgot all of my French from like my birth years and I want to get it back so that I can also go to like a trip to Europe type of thing. And you know, if I can't speak French, how am I supposed to go to France and engage with French speaking people? Like some of my family members, they speak mainly French. How am I supposed to communicate with them if they can't understand what I'm saying, you know? But then also it's just interesting, and then you get bragging rights, like, oh yeah, I learned a language in 2 months, or oh yeah, I can speak more than one language, I'm bilingual, I'm a polyglot, which just means that you know multiple languages. But like, yeah, it's fun for bragging rights, it's fun to research, and then also the culture and customs that come with different phrases and things in language, because languages, you have the like basic dictionary words, but then you also have like slang and different cultures and different situations where you use different words and mix and match things that you wouldn't typically see in like a textbook language class. You know, it's just a little bit more natural, and you get to have free reign with it. You can listen to like a French podcast or like in the language that you want to learn, obviously. You can listen to like a podcast, you can read a book in that language. You can try speaking to people who do speak that language and try to like engage in conversation, because that's how we learn to talk as babies. We just listen to people talking to us and then we slowly understand it more. So that's just a little fun thing you can do this summer. Number 10, watch a movie you typically wouldn't. I need to do this because I am always so bored over the summer because I think that I've watched everything on Netflix and that I've done all this thing. I've gone out so many times. I've read so many things. I've learned so many things. I am bored. I have nothing to do but just bed rot and sleep. But if you actually go on like your streaming platforms like Netflix, Tubi, Hulu, ESPN, all that stuff, like if you actually go deep dive and look, there's probably going to be a few movies that you've never watched before because it didn't appeal to you. It didn't look like something you'd want to watch. Watch it. Who knows? That's actually how I find a lot of my best stuff, is by picking things that I normally wouldn't. Like books, for example, Fourth Wing, which is what I'm reading right now, like that series. I normally wouldn't reach for that book because I love adventure books. I love fantasy books, don't get me wrong. But like it just doesn't have that like fairy cutesy like pink and green floral like Disney princess-ish kind of fantasy adventure vibe that I normally like to read. But I still picked it anyway because, I mean, I don't know. One, it's fantasy and adventure, which is my favorite like book kind of niche. But then also, there's no harm in trying something new. I mean, it's a series, so if I get the first book and I decide I don't like it, then I don't have to get the others. But, I got the first book, loved it, got the second book, and I'm going to read the third book too because it's intriguing. And I never would have known how good of that series how good the series would have been if I never picked up the book, simply because it's not something that I typically read. So, watch a movie that you typically wouldn't, try a hobby that you typically wouldn't try, pick a book that you normally wouldn't reach for, do an activity you normally wouldn't, Try new makeup routine. 12, clean your closet. Then on the topic of cleaning, go ahead and clean your room too. Number 14, try a new recipe. Then on the topic of like cooking, chef-esque stuff, number 15, bake something. Number 16, try to sew. Number 17, get your nails done or paint your nails. And number 18, on the topic of painting your nails and nail art, paint something. And then on the topic of artsy, go to a pottery class. That probably didn't sound like English, so I'm going to say it again. Go to a pottery class. And on the topic of learning new things and being artsy, go to a dance class. And then on the topic of workout, number 21, go to the gym. 22. Now, please don't drag me in the comments for this recommendation, but I am always going to push my faith wherever I go. So number 22, go to church or go to a church event. Next, number 23, have an impromptu photo shoot. Number 24, on the topic of like creative kind of stuff, make a short film. Number 25, make a vision board. Now, if your priorities are all over the place, you have goals, but you don't know how to plan them out, you don't know what you're doing with the summer, you feel like unproductive, and you are just genuinely lost and have no idea what you want to do this summer, make a vision board. Then number 26, this ties in with like the workout stuff, try 75 hard. Then number 27, make a new playlist. Then number 28, practice an instrument. Then number 29, this is again with like the workout and the exercise kind of thing, stretch/do yoga. Yoga is known to be like a little bit more relaxing kind of workout, or at least it tries to present itself as more relaxing. Everybody knows that the poses and the workout and the different moves are so much harder when it comes to stretching and stuff, but at the end of it, you'll be more flexible and your body will definitely be like more fluid and flowy and all that stuff. So, go for that. Now, number 30. Start a podcast. And actually, I've decided it now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this video into 2 parts. One, I'm going to delete some of the stuff that I might have duplicated it, and then I'll do a part 1, things to do this summer, and then a part 2, more things to do this summer. So yeah, I don't know if that's going to be in the video, because if you've seen from my past videos, I have a habit of saying I'm going to cut it out and then not cutting it out to embarrass myself. So yeah, editor me. Are you going to cut it out? We'll see. But final thing for today's video, number 30, start a podcast. Bonus if you do it with your friends. Now, don't tell anyone, because it's just for you guys, but I'm low-key. I'm thinking about making a podcast for my channel. So, I'm not going to say too much about it. If you are following one of my TikTok accounts already, you already know what it is. So, I'm not revealing the name. I'm not revealing anything about the podcast, but I'm low-key thinking of starting one. I don't know if am I going to start it this year or sometime soon? We'll see if I get the money and the resources to do that. But I have like a vision board planned out and everything. Like, I have topics planned out. I'm gonna make a podcast and I'm so happy. I just need to work out all the logistics and like the Spotify stuff and that. And then I'll also have a video podcast version of the podcast on YouTube, but that's for future. But for the summer, just make a podcast with like a chill one, like with your friends and stuff. Talk about anything. Now, you may have seen, like, podcasts are low-key a controversial topic, because I will agree with every single person who says not everybody needs to make a podcast. I absolutely agree. Go ahead, like, but also, I will never knock anybody's hobby or anybody's anything. Like, if you think your niche and your goal and your thing is podcasting, be my guest in podcast. Like, start the podcast, rent out that studio, get those microphones. If you want to, have fun with it. I personally just recommend doing anything, but starting a podcast with like your friends is always super fun because you get to talk about different topics or like give out advice to people. Like, So tea. And then it's also just like a little thing to keep you busy, because then you have an excuse to go out somewhere every day and stuff to like film for the podcast, you know? Or like you have an excuse to invite your friends over all the time, and it's just like super tea. So yeah. But yeah, that was the last thing on part 1 of this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and then also tune in and keep your notifications on so that you don't miss part 2 of this video, which will come out next Monday. So yeah, I love you. Jesus loves you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.